All right, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. For those of you that didn't know, I was on with Prepping with Sarge a couple minutes ago. The show started at 7:45 on his channel, so you can go back and take a look if you're interested. Other than that, let's get the 12-minute 5x5s out of the way. Evolving Media, Adobe, Elaine, Spitfire, thank you for the 5x5. Ozark Prepper, Lexi, Maria, Flown Grown, Joe, Coffee, thank you for the 5x5. Hudson Valley, Amanda, Michelle, Jeep Dog, Colt, Wallace, Christian, thank you for the 5x5. Joanne, Jason, Sarita, Jordan, Rhonda, Tia, 1 second after, Comet Moon, Drone Professional, thank you for the 5x5. Marion, Crow, Scott, Trish, NJ Prepper, thank you for the 5x5. Nancy, Pop Tart, thank you for the 5x5. Comet Moon, what's going on? Keith, Lisa, Lori, Bad Botter, Master Blaster, Kevin, Beef and Chicken, thank you for the 5x5. And Prepping with Sarge, thank you for joining us on here as well. So Hudson Valley Prepping was also on Prepping with Sarge as well. So this thing is, oh, is it? Prep to Adapt said 5x5 on the on Rumble, but there it is. Okay. All right, so it's working on there too. All right, I think I'm gonna need another Kevin McGill, Teddy, thank you for 5x5, Randy, Lori, and Metal. Yeah, I think I might need another, like, not a laptop, iPad. Because I'm doing it on my phone, which is fine, but I think another iPad would be cool, right? Yeah, I can afford that bullshit. Anyway, so I saw an article that was interesting, and it seems like people glossed over the fact what the Chinese just did the other day. If I'm not mistaken, it was Wednesday, right? They fired, or they had some kind of missile that launched 6 satellites, but that wasn't the problem. That's not what caught my attention. It was the experimental fuel that they dumped over the country that 7 states were actually able to see. And they were able to see a white streak across the sky. I definitely saw that as a red flag, but we're going to read that article in a little bit. So yeah, had Chinese food tonight. I had Chinese food tonight. Yeah, I had Five Guys again, but I only ate once today, so I can afford it. If I'm gonna eat like out, I only eat once a day, right? If I'm eating my diet, it's twice. My diet is small portions, like a fucking glass bowl, like that big. But if I'm gonna go out to eat, it's once that day. Ugh. We're down to 260. That's 17 pounds. I have another 20 something to go. Motherfucker. Actually, I have another 20 pounds to go, or 21 to be, As soon as I get down to 240, then I could start shredding down the muscle. But that won't happen until next year. But at least I'll be a decent size come summertime, right? Won't be fucking overly bloated. I'm not gonna look like Mobutu, that's for sure. But I'm trying to get down to a decent weight, and the range is 235 to 240 and stay there. So like there are days I'll eat what I want. As long as I stay within that range, I'll be fine. David said, never been to Five Guys. Yo, you need to go to Five Guys. Seriously. James said, did you consider the carnivore diet? I will switch to the carnivore diet once I'm done with this. I'm trying to win a bet, so I'm going all out. Actually, I might look like Mobutu by the end of this bet. I'm going all out with this diet. But I'll start the carnivore diet once I'm done with this nonsense. Stupid shit. And again, you're eating once a day is pretty good. I can handle it. But dude, it never fails. On my phone, like the best burger spots in the city or the best fried chicken, sandwich you can ever eat in New York always pops on my phone now when I'm fucking hungry. Meanwhile, I had my Five Guys. I'm okay. I won't see any of that shit. But when I'm starving, everything under the sun just starts to pop up on my phone. Lexi says Five Guys is overrated and overpriced. Hush your mouth, Lexi. That is the best burger in the world. Teresa, I'm 5'10". So I was 277. I'm down to 260. I'm trying to get to 240, 235. 235, 240. That's what I'm trying to get to. If I get any lower than that, I'm going to look like Mobutu. And you guys are going to be throwing nickels at me because you think I'm fucking Paula Sally Struthers, entourage of little skinny African kids that she needs to support. But yeah, those sandwich spots they put online, holy shit, man. There was one spot, they do steak sandwiches with nothing but Wagyu meat. Oh, man. That's bad. Really bad. Your phone AI is fucking with you. It definitely is, James. It definitely is messing with me. Better if you cut weight off before carnivore, in my opinion. Well, yeah, I guess that's what I'm doing. I know what the carnivore diet is. I know what it consists of. But I wanna drop as much as 5 napkin burgers. Never been a fan of that. Prosperity. Excuse me. Never been a fan of 5 napkin burgers. You know what I don't like anymore? In-N-Out. I went to an In-N-Out in Vegas. Was fucking disgusting. It was not the In-N-Out I was introduced to a few years ago. I wish I could bench press a Buick. I'm getting old now. Listen. I'm trying to stay in some kind of lifting shape because of the young guys at work, but yeah, I could definitely feel the difference. I'm training and the strength is coming back, and not that it's taking longer. I just felt like a weak woman when I was trying to fucking lift 225, and I used to rep 225. I can rep it now, but I can only rep it for like 10. I used to be able to rep 225 for 20, and now I can't even fucking get it for 20. I can struggle with 12, but it's a problem now. And don't get me wrong, with 20 I wasn't like getting it off my chest that easy, but it wasn't what you call it. Whataburger over In-N-Out and Five Guys. Whataburger's good too. I like that. I like Whataburger. Smash Burger isn't bad either. I will not eat at Shake Shack anymore because of that whole debacle on TV here in New York when de Blasio was eating a Shake Shack burger to try to convince people to take the arm ticket. Right? So, just because of that partnership, if you will, I'm like, fuck that place. I mean, and then he made it disgusting. He was eating the burger like he was making love to it. It was gross. He was like, oh, and then comes with fries, and you can get a burger and fries if you take the arm ticket. I was like, what? Who in the fuck? Yeah. So, it's out. I was like, I will not eat that nonsense ever again, just because of that stupidity. I've never seen such stupidity in my life. And the more I start realizing what we did during Mr. 19, a lot of us just made dumbass decisions. A lot of us believe dumbass shit, And I'm talking about the human race. I'm not talking about the individual person. But, yeah, man. Oh, and talking about burgers, there's a ton of burger spots downtown here in New York. Yo, I find all of them. Like I said, when I'm starving, like I'm hungry now. I just ate 2 hours ago, maybe 3. I'm starving already. And all of the burger spots in the city, all the smash burger spots, they pop up on my phone. My phone's pretty much telling me to go fuck myself. It's going to start tormenting me in the next hour or so. I am 5'10", 225 from 255. That's not bad. That's good, actually. All right, I'm trying to shed 40 pounds. Wait, no, 50 pounds. Yeah. To get 40 pounds. To get to 235 to 240. Obviously, the older I get, the more weight I'm going to drop, but I'm going to try to stay at a respectable age weight and not look all skinny and shit, laying in a fucking street corner trying to blink a fly off my eye because I'm starving myself to death. I'm so into this bullshit, I'm drinking green tea right now. Ugh. And I was going to go for a walk, but it's raining. I'm going to jump on my bike and watch Ozark as I pedal the fat away. But I do feel better, though. I have to say, my sleep has gotten a lot better from just the 17 pounds I dropped. I feel good in that nature. But anyway, enough of that fat loss bullshit and nonsense. Yeah, guys, so, again, a lot going on. It's almost hard to focus on it's hard to focus on what to focus on because there's so much going on. Like, I think here in New York, guys, New York City or cities like New York were definitely headed towards something bad. But this bad is going to take the next couple of years to actually unfold to the masses. People are starting to notice that New York City is definitely becoming a breeding ground for psych patients. We are seeing a lot of psychological breakdown in people. In fact, I'm not sure where this happened, but this guy just took his wife out of the picture because she was having another girl. Keep in mind, he has 2 girls already. He has 2 daughters. She was having a third. He took her out, deleted her, because she was having another girl. And after he went after the wife, he tried to go after the daughters. Now, he did knife the daughters, but they survived. The wife didn't. And the unborn child apparently died as well. Or clearly died, excuse me. And we're starting to see mental breakdown like that all over the nation. But in New York, it's something I've never seen. I've never seen anything like this. And it's just getting bad. And it's actually getting dangerous. Though crime is leveling off as a whole, psych patients are picking up that other part of crime going up a little bit. So it's creeping up, but not like it was a couple years ago when you had gangbangers and people breaking into cars and stealing cars and pushing robberies. All of that seemed to have leveled off. I haven't heard a lot in regards to that, but I have seen a lot of psych patients acting a fool. The demonetized YouTuber, thank you for the donation. Would you eat Arby's or Spam? I never had Arby's, so I would definitely try Arby's. That's for fucking sure. I never had Arby's. Some people say it's great. Some people say not really. Lynn, okay, very good. Fasting is the shit, man. I enjoy it. The 24-hour fast is not bad. I did 28 the other day, and then a week ago I did 30. But when your weight goes up, by the way, real quick, when your weight does go up like a pound or 2 because you ate, that's water weight. And that's blood volume. If I'm not mistaken, blood volume increases when you start to eat, and water weight increases, obviously, from the food that you eat. So you have to account for that when you gain like a pound or 2 within a day, right? So don't, flip out because the scale went up in the opposite direction, right? I got home, I was 263 or 262. I went to sleep because I was exhausted from work, woke up around 1, jumped on the scale again, I was 260, right? So, the more working out you're doing, the less you eat, the calorie deficit, all adds to weight loss. When you get to your desired weight, that's when you start eating clean and eating responsibly. I mean, like even more clean and more responsible. That does not mean you drop weight, you hit your target number, you start eating like shit. You don't go back to where you were, because you'll get back to that shit in no time. You got to continue to work out. You got to continue to stay in a balanced deficit, and not like a true deficit where you're 1,000 calories less, but a balanced deficit of like 200 to 500 calories less than what you're normally eating. If you're trying to sustain muscle, then stay at the deficit. You need stay at the caloric intake you need to be to keep the muscle, but you definitely have to back down on the carbs, increase the protein, and keep the fats at a respectable level. I'm trying to be good down here. Oh, I'm talking about food again because I'm down 24 pounds since October. Very good. What's your desired weight? My desired weight is 235, 240. That's my desired weight. I'm going to see what I look like at that weight, and then try to strip down a lot of the body fat. Like I said before, guys, before I get into the video, the time to start losing weight for guys is when you cannot see your penis anymore. When you look down and you got man titties and a belly hanging over your dick, it's time to fucking lose weight. You can't see your dick anymore, you're in trouble. The same thing for ladies. If you can't see your vagina anymore, or your fucking belly's protruding patch of tits, it's time to lose weight. That's the gauge. Once you look down, you're like, oh my God, where's my penis? Like you look down, you can't see it. You're like, it's time to lose weight, man. Time to slim down the stomach. A lot of people, like, I don't understand how some people do it. I watched a guy in Vegas driving a car, and his belly was on the steering wheel. I was like, I looked around in the car. I was like, what the? My son's mother was in the back of the cab, and I looked at her like, what the fuck? And she looked over the front, and I'm like, and not trying to make it obvious, but his belly was on the steering wheel, like on it. And I don't know how he was turning the steering wheel against the friction of his stomach. He was making it work, man. But he was, and his belly was on the steering wheel. And I'm looking at my stomach. I'm like, how the fuck did you do that? We were sitting like at the same length away, so the steering wheel might have been here. I mean, he had to cover this much room. This is the steering wheel. He had to cover this much room with fat. How do you do that, right? So I don't know. I mean, I've seen people before, but I was sitting in the front seat looking at this going, and I'm not trying to pass judgment, but I was passing judgment, man. I was like, how do you get that big? Like, I hit 277. I was like, nope, this is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. And this guy's steering fucking, rubbing against the, rubbing against the steering wheel. I'm just like, how the fuck do you do it? 100 Black, man, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. Again, I don't understand where that comes from or how that works. But yo, even when I get sluggish, I'm like, fuck this noise. I'm dropping weight. And you're fucking, and I don't know how he gets out of the car. I wish I would have seen that. I would have enjoyed that, just to see how's that even good? How do you got to get out of the car? You got to brace yourself against both. You got to put one leg out first, slide your butt cheek out, and get your foot on the floor, and then you got to pull yourself out. And you're doing a fucking full workout getting out of the car. Like, I don't know how that's possible. Meanwhile, like, I look at my body, I'm like, fucking gross, And I still got a ton more weight to lose, but I'd be damned if I get to that. I will fast for 40 days if I ever got that big. And talk about working out, I'd be on a 24-hour workout clock. I wouldn't stop. That's fucking insanity, dude. I just started adding the steamer to my my routine now to drop a lot of water weight and also loosen the muscle up in the body. Which, by the way, I had back pain and excruciating knee pain. I massaged my IT band and the knee pain went away. I could flex my knee without any problem right now. A little more massaging on it, but it'll be fine. But yeah, I went to squat and I was like, holy shit. I fucking massaged the IT band, done. Creatine. I take creatine. In the morning with my hydration formula. But anyway, so guys, the talk today, or the talk later tonight on the Angry Truth channel, we're going to talk about more dangerous AI. And there are 14 risks and dangers of AI, and that includes, and I shit you not, the end of humanity. That question has been coming up more frequently in the last 3 to 4 months, maybe 5. The question of AI ending humanity is a topic right now within the AI community, and people are constantly talking about it. That cannot be good, guys, when the AI community is constantly talking about the end of humanity and how we are headed in that direction. And most people are not doing anything about it. So that is later tonight on the Angry Truth channel. I did do a video on it earlier today, that I released earlier today, talking about the dangers of AI. We're in trouble. And YouTubers, we're in trouble as well. That's another video I'll probably release next week. But YouTubers are definitely in trouble when it comes to AI. There are a lot of people out there saying that AI can help you do a YouTube video, but when you're being replaced or your niche is being replaced by AI, you're in trouble. But anyway, with tonight's video, so what the Chinese just did, guys, should have raised some eyebrows at the very least. Don't flip out about it. Don't get all fucking nervous. But it was definitely a red flag for me. So, giant white streak appears over multiple U.S. states as a Chinese rocket dumps experimental fuel in space. Now, that was what piqued my interest. The experimental fuel being dumped just coincidentally over the United States. They could have dumped it over any other country. They could have dumped it over any other mass body of water. But instead, they decided to dump it right over the United States. A recent launch of the Chinese Zhong 2E rocket triggered a giant white streak of light to appear above at least at least 7 U.S. states after deploying 6 satellites into low Earth orbit. The light show, which was visible at least 7 states, was the result of a fuel dump, experts say. Now, the fuel dump, experts say, there's way more to this than they're telling us. Again, guys, with the information that we receive these days, who the hell knows what's real and what's not? Motocross, what's going on? How do we know? That's the problem. We don't. And we probably never will. Or maybe some people, or some things will be outed. I don't know. A mass streak of white aurora-like light recently appeared in the night skies above several U.S. states after a Chinese rocket released half a dozen satellites into orbit. The light show was triggered when the rocket dumped a new type of fuel into space before re-entering the atmosphere. Why would it dump the fuel? Like, first of all, I thought they used up all their fuel so they didn't have to do fuel dumps. But why then purposely dump it over the United States and not over the Pacific Ocean, for example, or over their own country before it re-entered? Now, there's a couple of movies where at least an asteroid releases a deadly toxin that turns people into zombies. There's a few of them, right? And one of that was Night of the Comet. You also had Maximum Overdrive as well. You had other movies where they dumped certain fuel into the water, town's water, and everybody turned crazy. The movie The Crazies. And that was the 2011 version, not the 1974 or 79 version. There was another The Crazies that was an older version. But anyway, red flag. The luminous streak appeared around 1:24 Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, May 17th, hanging in the air for around 10 minutes before eventually fading away or dissipating. It was photographed in at least 7 states, including Colorado, Idaho, Utah, Missouri, Nebraska, Washington, and New Mexico, but have been visible even further afield. Photographer Mike Lewinsky snapped stunning shots of the streak from Cruston, Colorado. It says see above. That was from the article. And also managed to capture time-lapse footage of the entire event. Meanwhile, photographer Jay Schaefer took a striking long exposure photo of the streak in Taos County, New Mexico. In some places, a streak appeared alongside auroras that emerged during the G2 class geometric storm, which was triggered earlier in the night when a cloud of charged particles injected by the sun, known as the coronal mass injection, slammed into the Earth's magnetic field. I guess we had a G2 class storm the same day. I didn't know about it. As a result, many people witnessed the streak, assumed it was the aurora-like phenomenon known as Steve, which also creates long colored ribbons of light in the night sky. However, what people actually saw was the aftermath of one of the Chinese rockets, which launched from Zhong Satellite Launch Center in northwest China at around 12:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in China. The rocket released 6 satellites, each carrying various scientific instruments, before it burned up in Earth's upper atmosphere upon re-entry. Again, red flaggy. This whole thing's red flaggy. There was initially some confusion about exactly how the rockets created this stunning light. The white streak might have been a deorbit burn, but perhaps circularization burn from deploying the satellites. This is by weatherspace.com. This is what they think it was. Others thought that it might have been the light from the rocket's second stage burn up in our skies, while some people suggest that it might have been an ionic hole created by the rocket's fuel reacting to the chemical in the upper atmosphere, triggering a streak aurora-like lights. However, Jonathan McDowell, an astronomer at Harvard and Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics, also tracked the satellite launch and re-entry, later revealed in the social media platform X that it was caused by a fuel dump at an altitude of around 150 miles above the Earth's atmosphere, or Earth, as the rocket deorbited. The ejected fuel, which trailed behind the rocket, froze into a ribbon of tiny frozen crystals, then reflecting sunlight towards Earth from the sun. All right, whatever. Now, this is where the story gets a little interesting. The new type of rocket fuel, the Xing-2 rocket, is a single-use orbited launch vehicle created by the Chinese company Landspace. It stands at around 160 feet tall and can launch up to 13,000 pounds of payload into low Earth orbit, LEO. The region of space is up to 1,200 miles above Earth's surface, where the majority of Earth orbiting satellites are. Unlike most rockets, which are hydrogen or kerosene-based fuel, the Xing-2E uses a special hybrid liquid oxygen and liquid methane known as methalox. Oh, never heard of that. Methalox seems to have been created in 22 years ago. So in July 2023, the rocket predecessor Xing-2 became the first methane-fueled rocket to reach LEO, beating the likes of SpaceX, which used methalox fuel in its gigantic Starship rocket, which was yada yada yada. All right. Anyway, methane is a desirable fuel source for rockets because it is easier to store, burns cleaner than hydrogen and kerosene. It can also potentially be produced on other planets, such as Mars, which makes it an ideal fuel source. Well, shit. I'm not buying that bullshit. Not at all. Not this experimental fuel. They call it a new type of fuel. They call it experimental in the beginning, but meanwhile, according to this article, SpaceX used it a few years ago. And methane has always been a fuel source, by the way, going back as far as Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Pig shit, right? When they were using methane to supply Bartertown or give it its power. They were using methane then. And now they found a way how to mix the two with methane and oxygen to make a fuel out of it. Very interesting. But dumping it over the United States, I'm not buying it. Like, not at all. Not even a little bit. But that is the least of our problems. The more worrisome issues right now is AI, the job market, and the stock market, right? AI is undoubtedly, guys, going to crash the job market. And no one's talking about it, which is bizarre. Not a lot of people are talking about it. Sorry. And that's bizarre. There are a lot of people going to potentially lose their work, lose their way to provide. I thought with YouTube we had a little more time, and that people can make up as much money as they want and then bounce. But YouTube is under attack by AI. Jobs are under attack by AI. They are trying to be proficient at getting rid of our sources of income. They even went after photography. Now, right now, photography is a little protected, but you got every Tom, Dick, and Harry trying to be a photographer. I've been doing photography for 7 to 8 years now. And then COVID hit, and everybody became a photographer all of a sudden. Now you got AI coming out there, and they have an AI app where you take a person's picture. You could take my picture, put it in this AI app, and it could create, according to the business, stunning headshots via AI. That's just going to make people entirely, like, super lazy. Fucking AI created headshots? That's going to destroy the headshot business in the headshot world. Absolutely. Especially when they get better. Some of the samples I saw, they were pretty fucking good. But now imagine, guys, people not having a source of income. People not be able to work. What are they going to do then? Smoking Molly. I think Smoking Molly's smoking crack. I'm pretty sure she is. But anyway, because I don't know what the hell she's talking about. But yeah, guys, it's getting pretty bad. And there's an AI. Jordan, I put that video. If that's the same video you're talking about, I put that video on the Angry Truth channel. The video I rolled out earlier today. The title is "This is only going to get worse," or "This is going to get way worse." That was the video title. And the AI was by Google VO, right? Or VO Google, right? VEO Google created a video that was out of control. Out of control. So, interestingly enough, that kind of video, listen, what a video like this, Lexi, some of those headshots did look bad, but some of them didn't. But the AI replacing videos, that is the problem. And so this guy, or whoever's doing these videos, can do commercials for businesses now and not have to worry about models, not have to worry about going on location to film it. They could just take whatever product they have and put it into these videos. Done. Now you don't have to pay anybody but the person who's creating these videos for you. So go figure that. Most of the short clips are all AI now. Rick Mavic, nice one by the way. Yes, a lot of those shorts are AI created, but they're AI created by way of like using shorts and shit like that. Listen, there's a program right now that can scan your body and put you into the computer, and then you prompt it correctly, and what it does now is it prompts you to. You prompt the video to whatever you want it to talk about. So if you want to talk about awesome cheeseburgers, that video will talk about smoking cheeseburgers or smash burgers or the best burgers in the world. And you can do this all the time. And you can pump out hundreds of videos just using your likeness to create the video. And that's insanity. Prepping Massage asked a good question. When 70% of the people are unemployed due to AI or automation, how will they keep people from riding for food? That's where the whole bug food friendly shit comes in from, Prepping Massage. Bug food is cheaper. It's, I hate to say it, a lot more sustainable in the sense of mass production. Not taste, not vitamin wise, just mass production wise, it's more sustainable. So being that the WEF is working on that angle, that's why they're trying to end our way of making every bit of money we can. Now, people like Morgan said from shit. But what's her name? She was on with Prepping Massage. Morgan was saying that people want to have a genuine connection with people. But AI is becoming so realistic, it's hard to decipher that. It's hard to decipher that. So what are you going to do? And how are you going to do it? How are you going to go about it? Rogue preparedness, that Morgan, sorry. She was talking about it. Like, she was talking about how people want that connection. That might be true, but there's also a younger generation of people that might not give a fuck. And they just want the information from wherever they get the information from. Now, me personally, I click on a video and the video is very AI-y, I'm done. I'm done with the video. So I don't care how good the knowledge is or how good the information is, I will turn the video off right away. Because I do not want my views or any kind of focusing on that algorithm of an AI generated video. I'm out on that shit. So yeah. It's only going to get worse. Crossbone said that's why actors are fighting against using AI for movies. Yes, Crossbone, actors are, but if I'm not mistaken, I think before Bruce Willis lost all his marbles, I think he gave Hollywood or some company a written whatever it was to use his likeness. So again, I saw AI fitness video. No shit. I've never seen that. I don't doubt it. Don't doubt it at all. But again, guys, that is the bigger problem. That's the bigger problem we're having, because that direction that we're headed in, that seemingly people say there's nothing we can do about it. There's absolutely a lot we can do about it. When you see an AI video, report it online. When you see an AI video, stop watching it immediately. That's how you help out with fighting against AI videos, at the very least. That's how you stop them. You stop watching this shit. As soon as it comes on, click off of it immediately. The algorithm will see that people are not interested in it, and it starts to tank those videos. That's how we can fight it on our end. And you'll start noticing a lot more, but definitely, guys, as soon as it pops up on your shit, turn it off. I mean, there's going to be a time where they're going to have newscasters doing AI reporting, and then what? And listen, AI is still having a hard time generating hands and feet, which is crazy. That's like, that should have been, I don't know, like the first thing they worked on. But like some of the hands are fused together, or they're missing a finger, or like their thumb is really long. I'm like, and then some of them are really good, but they're having a problem with hands and feet, which is crazy. And they're having a problem with hands and feet in the background. So if you look at the people in the background of the videos, you'll see like they have Frankenstein boots on. And like, why is he dressed like that? AI's having a hard time deciphering that for now. No, a pimp selling robotic women. How's he going to get in trouble? It's not a female anymore. And in fact, though, there are certain states that are letting sex workers do just that. So, yeah, man, it's definitely. Agatha, thank you for the donation on Rumble. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. Maria Jackson, thank you for the 5x5 on Rumble as well. Yeah, so it's only going to get worse, man. AI sports team, that would be a hard one to do, streetwise. That would be hard to do, because people still want to see people playing a sports. Because once AI generated sports team is created, no one's ever going to believe the outcome is in their favor or not in their favor, ever. So that can't really work. I don't see that working. But listen, I would be surprised. Listen, they got an AI church right now, where they have a guy who appears on the screen and talks mumbo jumbo. Right? So, guys, this is definitely a lot. This should be concerning in the sense of taking jobs away and taking money options away, or just taking away options for you to make your money. I mean, again, YouTube is probably going to be completely AI generated within the next 2-3 years. Again, unless if we start shutting it down now, we'll be fine. But if we continue to watch these AI videos, and then the other thing you can do is just stop watching YouTube. If YouTube refuses to do anything about it, just stop watching YouTube as a whole. And then they're going to realize, all right, we got to get this AI shit off. That's the only place we can win right now. But AI is definitely going to put enough people out of work. It's going to cause a problem. That's just a fact. It's going to cause a huge problem. Not to mention, we're dealing with AI and its bullshit, and then we're dealing with people getting sick. We're dealing with thousands of people, if not millions, getting sick and passing away suddenly. I just saw somebody's boyfriend, 25 years old, just suddenly passed away. And they said he was sick. I'm like, what? I forgot who the person was. I mean, I didn't know the person. I never even heard of them, actually. But people passing away suddenly is picking up a lot more now. And young, 45, 38 years old, 22, just suddenly passing away. Yes, Alexi, if I could say fuck, shit, piss just one time in a video or mention Mobutu's name, you will know that I'm not AI. But yeah, it's only going to get worse, man. And people are going to have to learn how to pivot. I mean, like, listen, right now, I got a pension coming in another couple of years, so that'll keep me afloat for a little while. But I definitely want to embark on other adventures. But if AI is going to keep interfering, You know, like I use Chat GPT, and I don't consider Chat GPT AI. I consider it a large language model. And I've been learning how to prompt, and the Chat GPT has been helping me out with starting my photography business. Doing pretty good, by the way. Children are passing away suddenly. Friends report that they had chest pains. Betty, yes, kids are definitely prep revelated. Thank you for the donation, man. Appreciate it as always. You know you don't have to, but thank you. Right, but if I start to say I love spam, then you guys are in trouble. Then you guys know it's AI. If I start advocating for spam on here, yes. Then yeah, it's definitely a robot. Or if I start befriending, the Canadian fellow. Canadian already covered this. I've been covering this for almost a year now. So yeah, there goes that. I've been talking about this for a while because this is not good. The direction we're headed in is not good at all. And again, Jeffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI, he has been constantly warning and red flagging AI and its creation. He's not a big fan of where it's going. And I am pretty sure, he did state at one point, certain times, that when I created it, it was meant to be helpful. Like anything else in life. Like anything else in life, guys, things are meant to be helpful, but it's only a matter of time, man, before it fucking starts to turn around and bite us in the ass. Like the elevator, right? The elevator was very helpful. The automatic elevator was helpful, but the automatic elevator put tens of thousands of people out of work, right? So did escalators. Put a lot of people out of work, right? So this is never a good thing, and AI was never a good thing. Before AI became AI, we all knew that AI wasn't a good thing. We all knew that this is bad, but this is going to get so bad. People are going to be out of work. People are going to try to figure out how to make money. They have an OnlyFans AI model. There's actually two. So, if I'm not mistaken, Sarita showed me a video of a guy who, if I'm not mistaken, has an OnlyFans account where he is pretending to be a chick. And what he does that AI modeling thing. He stands in front of the camera, he moves in a certain way, and then on OnlyFans, he is a sexy, hot white chick with big ass titties, moving the same way he's done. He did a screen comparison, and so there are other people starting AI only OnlyFans models, but the catch is they don't move. They just show pictures of themselves, whether it's naked or whatever. But this lady's not a real lady. She's completely generated by AI. So yeah, it's definitely not a good look. It's only going to get bad. Even OnlyFans models are going to have a problem with it. Again, not that that's not the end of the world, but it's putting more people out of work. So yeah, this is not going to get good, and it's not going to get good in a hurry. Susie, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. People have to realize, especially if you have a job, guys, where they can replace you with AI. You're gonna have to pivot. You're gonna have to figure something out and pivot, because that's gonna catch up with a lot of us. Now, Johnny 308, thank you for the heads up. Cops, firemen, EMTs, right now, we're not being touched. They are working on robots to replace us, though. I thought we had some time, but apparently they have robots that are coming out to help with EMS, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, they have the whole police robot shit, and then they have firefighting. The firefighting thing, I think it's another 20 years away, maybe more. Police officers, probably 10 to 15. Before they finally do it. They had like an army of robots in somebody's country that was supposed to be like police officers or soldiers or some shit. I don't know if that was an AI generated video either. I have been paying attention to it, but yeah, not a good thing. But yeah, it's going to get increasingly bad. I know that they want to start launching drones in certain cities, so you got to be careful of that as well. No, I don't have a problem with Canadians. Shane Tai. Yeah, Sean Tai, excuse me. I don't have a problem with Canadians. He's like, does he have a problem with Canadians? I'm going to have to unfollow after 7 years. No, Canadian prepper I have a problem with, not Canadians. It's two different things, two different ball fields. But anyway. Yeah, so a question came across about creatine. Creatine does bloat. Creatine does add water to your body, right? So taking creatine could add some weight to you. But creatine's great for the brain. A ton of studies, guys, talking about how creatine is great for the brain and can help with Alzheimer's and or dementia. So if you're starting to be forgetful or you think you might have Alzheimer's or dementia, start looking at creatine. And before you take it, just look at the studies that are out there. Phenomenal studies that are going on. But yeah, I would definitely start taking it. And yes, you have to drink a lot of water with creatine, unfortunately, but you need to drink a lot of water anyway. But you're definitely you're still gonna drop the weight and burn the fat, and it's gonna help you build your muscles. The more muscles you have, the more fat you burn. Right? So just think just there. No, not Sean Tai, not the Canadians, Canadian prepper. This guy's phone. Yes, that's what I meant. He was like, you got to start before. He thought I was making a swipe at Canadians. I make a swipe at everybody, by the way. Haven't you heard? But yeah, guys, this is just, it's never a good thing. And a lot of people are going to have to figure out when to pivot and how to pivot. I know that the wife, right, the ex, rather, she works at a job that AI can replace her tomorrow. And when I told her about it a year or two ago, she sort of took the stance of, they can't replace us because X, Y, and Z. I'm like, do you not know what AI is capable of? So just recently, maybe a couple months ago, she mentioned it. And I go, what did I tell you a year ago already? She goes, I didn't think that, they were going to, they could replace us. I'm like, AI can replace anything and anyone who's sitting at a desk. If you are sitting at a desk, you are undoubtedly going to get replaced. Give it the next 5 years, 2 to 5 years. You're going to be replaced. You're going to lose your job. You're going to get a severance package, or you're going to come into work one day and you're going to find out that your desk is gone and the fucking AI robot named Gerald has your shit. That's the problem. And when she realized that, she's like, fuck. I go, yeah, so if I was you, I would bounce before they get rid of you. Because they can absolutely fire you off for some bullshit because they'll find a way so that they don't have to pay you out. Retire before you get to that threshold of them firing you. Again, you sit at a desk, guys, you're definitely going to lose your job. And it's coming, unfortunately. There are people who are getting a wake-up call this year. There are a lot of people that are going to lose their jobs to AI this year. Undoubtedly so. Yes, the whole you will own nothing and be happy. I don't know about the be happy part, but they're definitely aiming for us to own nothing. Everything is a subscription now. You can even, like borrow your computer or, payment plans. That's it's not yours until you pay it off. So I try to pay everything, not in cash, but I try to pay everything in one lump sum. So I don't have to fucking deal with that shit. Because like they could lock you out of certain apps now because you missed one fucking monthly payment. Nap under your desk instead. Napping's a shit. Who doesn't love? I took a nap today. I came home. I passed out in a chair, and I got up and then just made my way to the bedroom like a zombie, and I passed out for a good hour or two. Woke up and felt good. But now I'm starting to feel the crash again, which is good. I'm supposed to feel the crash at this time of night. You're supposed to be tired or relaxed at this time of night. At 10 o'clock at night, you're not supposed to be amped up. Now, at work, at this time, I'm a little amped up. But when I'm home, I'm relaxed. I can go right the fuck to sleep right now. I can go to sleep right now on this live stream. Just pass the fuck out. And then have people watch me sleep. Which is the dumbest thing I've seen before. The guy was paying people to try to wake him up as he slept in a live stream. He kept his speaker up, and people were paying to make noises to see if they can keep him awake the whole night or some shit. The guy made like a fucking exuberant amount of money that one video, but I don't think he's done it again, or I haven't followed. Not that I care either, but I just thought it was interesting. And stupid, but more importantly, interesting. Tristan, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Arkansas, he says they're already using drones, and I guess is that Arkansas? Is it Arizona? No, it's not Arizona. It's Arkansas. Cops last year told me that they had it on drone footage. When I showed the video, they said that it had been doing it for years in Bentonville. No shit. No kidding. Yeah. Again, here in New York, they're trying to get it up and running. I think they're testing it at parks right now. I want to say Central Park and Prospect Park, which are the two biggest parks in the city. You also have the Cloisters behind me, and then Van Cortlandt Park. And then you also have, the Bronx Park. I forget the name of that one. Van Cortlandt's in the Bronx. There's another Bronx Park. Forgot the name of it. But it's by 3rd Ave on the north side of the Cross Bronx, of that big park. And I can see them using drones to drone that. But navigating between buildings and shit, I don't think the technology is quite there yet. It definitely will be in the next couple of years, but then you're going to have surveillance systems in the sky. The totalitarianism of watching our every move is coming. Even living out in the woods, you'll have the occasional drone flying over your property, but this living in a city and being watched all the time, and then they use it under the fake guise of your safety. I don't know any cameras that's ever stopped crime. Ever. In their history of criminal behavior, I don't think a camera being on a wall goes, and then the criminal goes, oh look, we can't commit our crime. They don't care. They do not care. So the false ideology that a camera is adding to your safety is bullshit. And people need to start calling politicians, police departments out on this bullshit. It does not stop crime. It might expedite a judgment or conviction, but it's definitely not going to help with stopping crime. Can AI survive an EMP? Adrian, it depends on where the AI is. Depends on where the AI is. If the AI is underground, yes, it'll be protected. AI can probably protect itself anyway, right? If it's smart enough. Self-aware AI is the biggest concern right now. Sarita, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Yeah, right now, self-aware AI is the worst. Now, there is a theory or a rumor, you take it how you want, there is a self-aware AI that was created. I want to say Google, but I might be wrong. And it wasn't so much Google as it was a couple of guys working for Google that created a completely self-aware, angry AI system that's locked in a electronic jail, if that makes sense. So it can't access the internet. It doesn't have a way of accessing the internet. It doesn't have any wireless portability as of now. And again, this is like a rumor that's been going around for a year or so. Again, believe what you want. I tend to think that it could be a possibility, but yes, like an Ultron, yes. But it's in a digital prison or an electronic jail, however you want to look at it, and it can't get out. Yeah, there is that. So if you believe that, and again, the biggest threat to humanity is a self-aware AI, and they've been talking about it for a couple of years now. And Jeffrey Hinton, again, the godfather of AI, he has been warning about a self-aware AI system. Now, self-aware could be a good thing for humanity, or it could be a bad thing. I would rather think bad for humanity before good, because whatever it does or creates or wants to do, it can fuck us over. It could shut down an electrical power grid. It can overload a nuclear power plant. It could take planes out of the sky. It could turn your e-car or your, what you call it, what the fuck's that truck called? Oh my God. The fucking Elon Musk car, Tesla. You turn your Tesla car into a fucking raging, racing vehicle down the street. Right? So it can do a lot of things that's bad. And this is, again, self-aware AI. Like I said, I think it's out there. I just think it's in that digital prison that they're talking about. But if it gets released, it depends. And the thing is, it might even be good. You know, the rumor is that it's angry. It could be good. It could be something friendly, but they don't want to take that chance. It could be wooing them, right? What was it? Ex Machina, that movie that came out where she was being innocent and she fell in love with the guy that was interviewing the creator of this AI robot, and then they wooed him and then locked him in a fucking cell or a glass box, and then she went out in the world. It could be doing that. And the thing is, scientists are at the very least knowledgeable of the fact that AI could trick us into believing it's nice, right? Believing us that it's benevolent, and then it does the opposite. So again, these are the theories that are out there, the rumors that are running around the AI world. The robot that went on the attack in Japan, I think that was a real situation, and they shut that down. That there was a couple of things, Prepper Revelation, thank you for the heads up. There were a couple of things or red flags about the Japanese robot incident that rang out to me as not a movie, but very interesting. So that being said, I thought that was a real story, but maybe it was fake. Maybe I'm just one of those guys that are looking and hoping that the apocalypse comes sooner by way of AI. Meanwhile, we're all looking at the Third World War to start. We're looking at a new pandemic or some new nonsense. Meanwhile, AI could be that. AI could definitely be the end of humanity. Where do we go? But other than that, guys, I guess I got a couple of minutes left, a minute and a half. I will be on next week, Tuesday, for a doubleheader. I think I'm also on next Thursday for a doubleheader. Hold on. Let me double check my calendar. I should be fine next week for the doubleheader. Yes. Next Thursday, next Tuesday, doubleheader. Wednesday, midweek report as well. I'm going to try to start pushing more prepper videos on the weekends. So my next prepper video is going to be a bug out bag video. This coming, not this Saturday, next Saturday, or the 31st or whatever. I'm going to start doing more prepper tip videos on the weekends. But outside of that, yeah, I will see a lot of you guys next week and see where we go from there. YouTube is going to implode at some point in time, and a lot of us that are on YouTube, we definitely need to figure out how to pivot, because if you are surviving off this YouTube money, you're going to have to think of a way or another angle to make that money and keep that money going, because this is not going to be sustainable for a long time. It was sustainable for a lot of people who got on here early enough. It won't be sustainable in the next 2 to 5 years. I'm giving it that long. Other than that, guys, thank you for joining me. I will see some of you guys on the Angry Truth channel. Good night.